living proof that you can still have a life with a disability. Welcome to my journey.
Hey everybody. So I got the injection into my lumbar spine yesterday, and then I had to call to make an appointment to see the doctor 4 weeks from now, which is going to be right after I get back from vacation. I'll talk about that in a second. So the lady called, when I called, the lady said, "So where did you get your injection?" I was like, well, that's kind of the hard part. And she goes, "Well, was it in your lower back?" Just getting irritated too. I was like, well, the best way I can describe it is right in my butt crack. Yeah, the SI joint is basically your tailbone. It's right there on the sides of the tailbone. So the injection was right there, and trying to explain that to her, and I was like, it's not really the back, it's not really the hip. So it's the bone that's in between the hip bones and the oh, look who's finally waking up. It's the joint between the hip bones and the spine. So it's not really the lower back, and it's not really the hip. It's kind of in between. I'd say more in the hips area, I guess. But so I had yesterday in bed all day, and today I'm pretty much gonna do the same. I have like one errand to run, and other than that, I'm pretty much gonna be in bed except for making this video, which I can edit from bed now because I have a laptop and I do have the software on it to edit. That is so that when we do go on vacation, we'll be able to share and make and edit videos from that trip on the road. So, but let me show you my current setup. Sorry, it's a bit of a mess. I just finally got the air conditioner set up. I did that right before the shot, and repotted some tomato plants, which suddenly decided to bloom. And yeah, I know I need to clean my window. Anyway, so this is my little ice machine thing here. And basically, what you do is I put in 4 bottles of frozen bottles of water, and it will keep the water inside this ice cold for about 4 to 6 hours. And then it runs, that water runs through this tube into this mat, and then back around and back in, and keeps recycling it and cooling the water. So that's been my ice pad for the whole day. And that's the new computer next to pain in the butt, also known as my sweet cuddly little minnow. And so I have a laptop, and I was playing in the bed yesterday, so it's still just hanging there because I didn't want to try to get up. I was trying to move as little as possible. Okay, so that's that for that. So I have another day or so of relaxing today. Tomorrow is definitely modified, so I have to do as least amount of moving as possible. Today I have to go get meds, and other than that, I'm staying in bed. So that's just how I'm going to play that today, because I've had so many issues with the sacroiliac joint, the SI joint, that I'm just not playing around with it no more. So I'm going to try to follow everything by the book. I'm trying to relax. And they said that the shot should kick in full force right around the time I'm on vacation. So I will get to that in a minute. But for now, I want to show you guys a cool trick, because I just thought of it, and I had to repot these just the other day because I decided the Cherokee tomatoes I don't want to try to graft onto the potato plants. And as some of you might have seen in the short, the squirrels already annihilated the grape and the blueberry bush. Pisses me off. It really does. But you know, it's life. So I'm going to try to get them and put them in different pots, and maybe just leave them in the window here with the other ones, because they seem to be okay enough here. We'll try that. Alright, so Cherokee tomatoes. This one's a little bit smaller because it didn't get as much sun at the beginning. It looks like it's about to start getting buds. And this one I just decided in the window that it wanted to get big buds. It's actually grown a couple inches just in a couple days, just because I amended the soil here. Added some nice fertilizers to it. It already had the shaking feed in it, so I didn't do that. This one already has flowers, but I can't pollinate it until this one opens up some buds. So I can try to self-pollinate with what it's got, but that's not going to work. But here's a little trick that my grandma taught me about tomatoes. They love fish guts. I see omega-3 oils in it. So what I do every year, this is purely the ones I use for my cat usually. I think I still have enough to make her some food in a couple days. So, okay, here we go. I'm going to take 2 of these capsules and just shove them down into the soil. 1 in each plant, and then the gel cap will dissolve and the fish oil will mend in with the roots. Because tomatoes love omega-3s. If you don't have the capsules, my grandma said always use fish guts. And as kids, we had plenty of those. Did you learn her? And yes, I know my window definitely needs cleaning. I haven't been able to get to access this part of my room. I had something else blocking it. And my cat knocked over my little shelf that had some seed things, so I don't think I'm starting those this year either. Anyway, so fun tip: fish oil in tomato plants. So moving on, another thing that I got for the SI joint is a sacroiliac belt, and this is supposed to stabilize the hip so that you can walk and basically walk a little bit longer. And the problem I was having is, like, after 5-10 minutes of walking, it literally felt like something was coming out of my hip. Like, it's like something was herniating out, is how it felt to me anyways. And that wasn't really the case. Maybe it was just kind of out of place a little bit. I'm not really sure. And I'm really hoping I'm not going to need another fusion in that area now too. So we're going to try this, since I do want to go on some hikes here pretty soon and lose some extra weight. Because I'm used to being skinny and this is driving me crazy. And then I get a lot of insults from people. You need to work on your BMI. You need to suck it. Yeah. I don't know why people think that just trying to insult people like their weight. You know, you don't even know what people's gone through. I have gained weight because they keep giving me injections of steroids. And I still have zero mobility. So you can't, they give you something that makes you gain weight and then you can't work off the weight. And then society wants to go around and call you names and insult you. I get it. They're a bunch of toxic D-bags. I really get that. You know what? You want to be a toxic D-bag? You go right ahead. But you even try to bring it my way and I will tell you where to stick it, because I ain't about your toxic BS. I'm going to say that right now. I know I look cute and friendly, quite cuddly too, but I will rip somebody's face off if they really go take things too far. I'm not threatening physical violence unless physical violence happens to me, but I will stand up for myself, and I'm not afraid to stand up for others either. Many, many years of martial arts, you don't get scared of people after a while. Unless it's a black belt doing a bunch of really fast kicks at you. You've been out of practice for a while. So this is the belt. Right here. It just kind of goes around like a lumbar belt, but it's meant to go more around the hip area, which is kind of where the sacroiliac joint is. So that's what I'm going to try to wear, and it's going to be used on vacation, because I'm definitely not forgetting that. My dog has finally woken up, so I have to take him outside. So I will pause this and be right back with you when I'm outdoors. Okay, so by the way, I forgot to mention, I did a thing. My hair, which was down to my butt crack, is no longer. Every so many years, usually around 7 or 8 years, I lop it off. Tried to do it shorter, but Doxky said I have to at least be able to still put my hair in a bun. And I finally got the dye put back in. So I have my purple sheen in the light again. Stay over here, boo. Hey, stay over here. Anyways, so as you guys, again, if you have, it literally took them less than a week to just demolish them, and I really don't even know if this is even salvageable, because it's got no leaves left. This one definitely isn't. It sucks. I will not point the camera. So we got a little bit of rain last night, so things are somewhat moist, so I don't have to water the plants. Plus we have some severe thunderstorms supposed to come in this afternoon. So let's try to get my medications in pretty early so I'm not driving around in the storms. Just one less person. It's not like I can't handle it, it's just one less person out on the streets during the storms is usually a little bit safer. And if I can avoid it, I will. And Yes. So, about the vacation. At the end of this month, we are going to visit my grandma in Terabella, California. And while we're there, we're also planning to, since Danko, I call him Doxy, which is Cherokee for turtle. And for those that don't remember, I am Cherokee and Choctaw. One from each of my parents. Anyways, also part English and German and something else. I'm a little mixture of a lot of things. But I'm sure you can all see which one's more dominant. I was actually really dark skinned as a kid. Like really dark skinned. It's just as you get older, you don't have as much melatonin in the skin, so it kind of got a little bit lighter as I get older. I showed Doxy a picture the other day of me sitting by my grandma and grandpa's pool, my mom, and he didn't even realize that was me. So it was funny. Anyways, back to the thing. So, yes, the end of this month we're going to California. It'll take 2 days of driving to get there, and we were going to be there for 5 nights. We're going to go see Yosemite because being a California resident for so many years, I never went there, and I'm a little embarrassed about that, just a little bit. And I'm also hoping my brother, his girlfriend, and my mom can join us and meet us there. And they would be coming from Sacramento. So we kind of I think ours is a little bit closer of a trip than theirs, but it'd still be nice because none of them have seen Yosemite either, so it should be a shame too. Just kidding. So, also going to show Doxy the Sequoia National Park, which is a park I have been to many, many, many times. I used to live in Three Rivers, California, which is right down the road from the park entrance. So I've been up there many times, and it's beautiful. But I still want to see Yosemite too. Okay, and he's also never been to the ocean on the West Coast, so he needs to go see that. I've been to both East and West, but I haven't seen the Gulf, so I guess I have to go down that way, which just means my sister's probably going to be like, well, come see me in Mississippi. Could you move to maybe Louisiana or someplace other than Mississippi so I could visit? I don't even want to stop for gas there. Voted worst state in America out of all 50. No joke. Okay, sorry for everybody from Mississippi, I'm just teasing. If it makes you feel better, I did grow up in California, so that's kind of actually the worst state at this point in time. Beautiful state, but that's about all I can say. So we're going to take him to the beach, probably Pismo Beach at some point. Because Pismo and Santa Cruz are two of the best beaches there, at least for tourist reasons. Then you got the ones down in San Diego, which I think are the best. I've never been to the LA beach, and I don't want to. But the San Diego ones have some pretty cool beaches. But, so we're going to go to Pismo, because it's closest to my grandma's house. I might show Morro Rock Bay as well, or Morro Bay, or I forget, I think that's what it's called. So I'm going to show them that area, and we may or may not do a day of fishing. And I really want to go gold panning. So I'm trying to find a little place that you can rent little stuff and do some gold panning up by Lake Isabella, also in California. So basically Terabella is about 32 miles north of Bakersfield, California. It's a small little farming community with a lot, well now they have wheat too, but a lot of orange trees. So we will be bringing back lots of good oranges. The best in the world. The Manfield Navel oranges are the sweetest, juiciest, best oranges I've ever had. Anyways, I used to have one of those trees, but it ended up dying. Not because I left it outside, but because I accidentally left for Georgia and left the light on, and it wasn't on a timer back then. So the tree died. So that's what we're going to be doing at the end of this year. Then we're going to take 4 days coming at the end of this year, end of this month. I'm silly. Anyway, so yeah, at the end of the month we're going to be going there, and then beginning of June we're heading back, and we're going to be coming to the lower states because there's a couple states that I want to drive through that I have never been through. That way I will cover the entire West Coast, except for Alaska and Hawaii. The West Coast of the 50 states. or the 48. So we're also going to see the Petrified Forest National Park, which I've never been to either. It sounds pretty cool. We're going to check out some areas where we want to buy some land in Arizona. We actually found some place in Arizona that has mild temperatures and actually decent rainwater. So we're going to go check that out and see if Dusky likes the area before we actually purchase some land out there. Seymour, stay over here. Now. Now! Seymour? I'm gonna have to start beating this dog. Not literally. But I don't beat him in the shows because he just ignores me sometimes. See! Venica, now! Venica! He was adopted in San Diego, so he was taught Spanish first. Occasionally I have to yell at him in Spanish to get him to listen. Come here now! Or just ignore me, because he knows I can't run down a hill after him. Come on! Let's see, here's his girlfriend barking next door. Anyways, so then we're gonna come through Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Nebraska, and back to South Dakota. And then after that, after another night here, Doxy is going to back to Minnesota. So we're gonna do 4 nights coming home and 2 nights, or 3 nights coming home and 1 night getting there overnight. Alright, so I will catch you guys later next time. I'm gonna try to get this dog in, so see you later. Bye.